morning, boys and girls.
Good morning.
Rusty, you were telling me you were having a lot of fun with your summer vacation.
Oh yes, I'm going roller skating and bicycling and camping. I'm doing all sorts of fun things.
Are you having a good time?
I think that was pretty evident.
I think so too. So you're really making the most out of your vacation from school.
You had to do it, didn't you?
What?
You had to say the S word.
The S word. All I said was school.
Don't you say that word.
Why?
I got a month and a half left, and I don't want you bringing that stuff into my mind when I got so much more stuff to do.
You don't like the word?
Don't say it.
So, but it's not a bad word.
On summertime it is.
All right, well, so why does that bother you so much?
Well, because it takes away from my good times.
Well, I happen to know that you have fun in school, but...
You said it.
I know I said it.
You know, there should be a law.
There should be a law?
That says you can't say that word during the summertime.
Well, I don't think that's going to be an appropriate law.
It should be my right, and yours, and all your rights.
I think you're kind of alone in this one.
Not going to make a law?
No, they're not going to make a law. But you know, there is a story about a law that I wanted to talk about today.
Does it have to do with going to school?
Nope, it doesn't have to go to school. It was a question that somebody asked Jesus.
About the law?
About the law.
Well, that should be essential for Jesus. He knows the law inside and out.
That's very true. And one day a lawyer came to Jesus and was asking him a question. He said, Jesus, which of the laws, which of the commandments is the most important?
That's kind of a tough one.
Well, if I was to ask you, Rusty, what do you think is the most important law? What do you think that would be?
If one's not happy, no one's happy.
That is not a law.
It's like a law of nature, isn't it?
Well, okay, that is not a law. That might be true, but it's not a law. No, come on, a law.
Ooh, no sweets before dinner.
No, that is not the law.
Try telling that to my mom. The way she carries on, you'd think it was a law.
Okay, I'm going to ask the boys and girls what they think. What are some laws that you know of from the Ten Commandments? What's a law you know? That's like the overarching one. That's right.
Obey your parents and do not bow down to any idol.
That's right. So he was talking about honoring your parents, obeying them, and not bowing down to idols. Love your neighbor as yourself. So you guys are kind of going with the whole overarching part, aren't you? Cameron? No coveting. That's right.
Do not bow down to other people.
That's right. No bowing down to other people either. That's right. So these are some very important laws. And this lawyer came to ask Jesus a question about the law.
Well, you want to know about the law, you should go to Jesus.
But he wasn't going there to actually learn.
He wasn't.
He was going there to try to trick Jesus.
Try to trick him with a question without the law? That doesn't make sense.
Well, the lawyer was trying to see if he could get Jesus to pinpoint one law above all the others. He knew that people would get upset, because if Jesus had said, don't kill, that's a pretty important law, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
But would that be more important than misusing God's name, the law about that?
Well, no.
And if he had said, well, misusing God's name is the most important law, you think somebody might have said, well, what about the law about idols?
Oh. So he's trying to trick him.
He was trying to trick him. But Jesus was smarter than that.
Well, of course.
Jesus knew exactly what these two said.
He did?
He did. In fact, that's how these guys learned it, because they learned what Jesus said. He said, the first most important law is to love the Lord your God with your heart, mind, soul, and strength.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's everything you have.
That is a lot.
And then he said the second one is like it. He says, love your neighbor as yourself.
Hey, I just got something.
What did you just get?
Well, was saying that the first commandment, that takes care of all 4 of the 10.
The first 4 of the 10.
And the last 6 are in the second part where he says, love your neighbor.
That's right, because if you love your neighbor, you're not going to steal from them. You're not going to lie to them. You're not going to covet what they have. And if you love God, you're not going to bow down to idols. You're not going to dishonor his Sabbath day. You're going to want to do the right things.
Hey, that makes total sense. I never understood that.
So let me ask you something, Rusty.
Yeah,
You don't like me saying that certain word about that certain place,
yeah,
but it seems to me that even though you're not there,
yeah.
I think you might have just learned something today.
You tricked me.
But was it a good trick?
Yeah, I really learned something important.
I think you did, and I hope that you boys and girls, when you really stop and think about it, when you decide what you're going to do and what you're not going to do, whether you're going to obey your parents or your teachers, or whether you want to do some things that might not be quite right, I hope that you will think about those 2 things. I hope that you'll ask, is this showing God love? And is this showing my neighbor love? Because if it's not,
Then don't do it.
that's right. But if it is,
You gotta do it.
you got to do it. That's the good criteria. The same criteria that Jesus used. Love God supremely and love your neighbor as yourself, and you will never, ever go wrong.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you guys very much.